Hello, good day. You're welcome to my channel. If you're here for the very first time, please subscribe. Or if you've been here before, you're yet to subscribe, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. It's day two. We're reading this book from Melissa V. West on Hot Pursuit. It's talking about chase your dreams with passion and live an exceptional life. I'm sure you want to live an exceptional life. You want to live the life of your dreams. So join me on this journey. If you're here for the first time, you want to go ahead and read the introductory part, which was what we did yesterday. This is the book, Hot Pursuit by Melissa V. West. So the book is in three parts. The first part is stage one, is discovering your dream. The second is stage two, breaking through to your dream. And the third is living your dream. I can't wait to get to that part, but we have to begin from discovering your dream. And today we're reading the very first part of stage one, which is discover your dream destination. So, welcome. I'm so happy that you're joining me on this journey, and I'm truly, truly happy. 10 years ago, I made the decision to begin my hot pursuit. The decision wasn't an easy one, though I could have settled for the good life I had at the time. I yearned for more. I suspect you're reading this book because you feel the same way. Life is too short to live a small life, lacking passion and purpose. There are far too many people who settle. I'm so grateful you're not one of them. You'll find that this journey is incredibly rewarding. I can't wait to see how your commitment benefits you and the world around you. Happy Discovering by Melissa V. West. So discover your dream destination. Let's travel back in time to the 1980s. Can you just close your eyes and take that trip? I remember those days like they were yesterday. Jamming to my Sony Walkman, singing along with Madonna and Michael Jackson on cassette tape. Maybe you were born in the 90s, it's okay. Just imagine the 90s. I was quite a sight, sporting mile-high bands frozen in a perfect backward curl, held in place by an entire can of Aquanet hairspray. I could show you pictures of me back then that will make you laugh yourself hoarse. In the 1980s, my family lived in a little blue house on the corner of Richards Street and Victoria Avenue in Waukesha, Wisconsin. We had a big, beautiful backyard where my sister and I climbed trees. Pardon me for the pronunciations, right? Where my sister and I climbed trees, played soccer, and hosted tea parties all summer. It was our favorite place in the world. Later, as we got older, our parents decided that our backyard paradise was the perfect place to develop our work ethic. So they put my sister and I to work, mowing, raking, and maintaining the yard. Around the same time, our parents began to give us routine lectures on the important things in life: getting good grades, going to a good college, getting a good job, having a good family. They painted a very clear picture of what the good life looked like. That picture became my guiding image for the next few years. I did exactly as they expected. I graduated from high school with honors and earned my bachelor's degree in management information systems from the University of Wisconsin, Milwaukee. Wow. Then I landed a job as a web administrator for a fabulous company. For 27 years, this company had been rated number one in employee satisfaction. I had benefits, a solid income, and enjoyed working alongside my co-workers. The company was even paying for me to get a master's degree. Awesome. I put in my 40 or 50 hours per week and looked forward to the weekends. My friends, family, and colleagues did the same thing, and it was okay for a while until it wasn't. You know, I can't pinpoint the exact moment when I began to feel dissatisfied, but over time, a cloud began to form over me. Have you been there before? I've been there before, so I can really identify with what she's saying. My mind started to wander the office. Work began to feel like work. Meetings were an excuse to check out. At one point, I even found myself nodding off during the meeting. Knowing that this could get me in trouble, I recruited an elbow buddy. Hmm. Do you know what an elbow body is? An elbow body is someone who gives you a sharp elbow in the ribs and a wake up warning if you start to doze at an inopportune time. One day, as I was sitting in a meeting, I realized how laughable my life had become. I felt as if I were living in a scene from the office. How had I reached the place where I needed an elbow body? Suddenly, conscientious, hardworking Melissa became get out the door as fast as you can at quitting time Melissa. I had my running shoes laced up for 4:55 so I could make a break for the parking lot. The second that 5 p.m. rolled around, I started counting the days of weeks until the next major escape from work. When was the next holiday? How long would it be until my next vacation day? I was surviving one day to the next, and the weekend couldn't come fast enough. Uh, Strangely, although it sounds like it, I didn't hate my job. But I felt like a robot. There was no joy, no passion, and no life in what I was doing. And if you know me today, you know that I'm full of life, passion, and joy. I had what success was supposed to look like, but it didn't feel right to me. Why? Looking back, I realized there was one critical piece missing. I had the life my parents wanted for me, not the life I wanted for myself. Huh? There was nothing wrong with the life they wanted for me. It just wasn't the right fit. Now I realize that no one had asked me what I wanted. Not my counselor, not my parents, not even me. My life was a mismatch because I allowed someone else to define my destination. I was living someone else's dream for me. Here's the thing: although I had to leave my job to follow my dreams, you may be on a very different path. Perhaps your dream is to mentor leaders in your current organization, or start a church, or be a better parent or spouse. Maybe you want to expand your business, launch a new product, or write a book. No matter what your greater purpose is, you can't achieve success until you define it for yourself. Say to yourself, I have to define success for myself. One of the greatest threats to your dream is your preconceived, unquestioned ideas about success. I would venture to guess that you're carrying around some expectations that have been placed upon you, either by your teachers, your parents, your community, or even your spouse. Perhaps it's time to reevaluate what you truly believe. If you have the wrong formulas for success, you will never get the result you want. And it is that simple. One of the greatest threats to your dream is your preconceived, unquestioned ideas about success. Think about that. So, a new definition of success. I love life and business coach, Marie Folio. She's had a tremendous impact on my perception of life and business. Recently, I was listening to her on her Q&A Tuesday videos where she gave 3 tips for developing your own definition of success. First, get ready, put on your seatbelt as we dive into these 3 tips for developing your own definition of success. First, Folio said that you have to remember that your work does not equal your worth. I say that again. Your work does not equal your worth. I don't know how that sits with you, but it feels both obvious and counterintuitive to me. Sure, I realize that my true, authentic, lasting worth is in who I am, but I admit that I've struggled with associating my work with my worth. I mean, a lot of us do that. And that is why when some people's job actually, are no more, maybe because of a layoff or something, some people even think of committing a suicide because they feel worthless, but not you, right? I'm passionate about what I do. I believe my work makes a difference. I believe that it's my worthy pursuit. But ultimately, Folio is right. Our work and worth are not the same thing. Give yourself some slack. Your work matters, but your worth is a given. Say to yourself, my work matters, but my worth is a given. Secondly, she said that the best way to get clarity is to begin with the end in mind. Folio described the following exercise. Imagine it's your last day on earth. Hey, imagine it's your last day on planet Earth, not in Nigeria, your last day on planet Earth. Think back on your journey, then answer a series of questions such as, what kind of memories do you want to have? What kind of adventures would you have taken? Are there certain places you went, friends you made, and things you did with them? And that's great advice. But it's not enough to imagine these things. You need to write them down. We create by first articulating what we want. Journaling can help you gain the clarity and perspective that you need on your journey. Did you hear that? We mentioned that yesterday. Journaling. It will help you gain clarity and perspective you need on your journey. Finally, follow asks that you flesh out the details and ask, what will make you feel accomplished? I like to think of this question in terms of creating a day to day sense of accomplishment. What if you focus less on creating a successful life and more on creating a successful day, huh? What if you focus more on creating a successful life and more on creating a successful day? After all, a successful life is nothing more than a series of successful days. Wow. What makes one day more successful than another? Wow, wow, wow. We really don't have life, right? We have days, we have moments, we have now. Hmm. These questions may be difficult to answer, but I promise you they are worthwhile. Dig in and ask yourself the tough questions. Challenge yourself to reevaluate the decisions you have made in the past. Think about your definition of think about how your definition of success needs to change. The more you know, the further you can go. Remember, an exceptional life is a well-examined life. I mean, I'm putting my own life on the table. Will you do that? An exceptional life is a well examined life. Happy defining. I mean, this is just powerful. So, there are a couple of exercises that you need to do. So, I believe that you have your pen. If you don't, grab one. Journal for the journey. The first one, project yourself to the end of your life. Now, look backward in time. Imagine what your best possible life would have looked like. What kind of memories do you have? Which places have you visited? How have you spent your time? How do you know that you were successful? What gives you the greatest sense of fulfillment? When did you feel the happiest? That's the first thing you need to answer. The second, now think about how your best moments look right now. What makes you feel a sense of accomplishment? What makes you come alive? When do you feel happiest? How do you feel full of passion and energy? When do you feel rather full of passion and energy? I'll go over that question again. Now think about how your best moments look right now. You know, the first one is projecting to the end of your life and imagining. Now, this one is saying, think about how your best moments look right now. What makes you feel a sense of accomplishment? What makes you come alive? When do you feel happiest? When do you feel full of passion and energy? Energy, energy, energy. When do you feel that? Number three, how do you define success for yourself? How do you define success for yourself? Not how your parents or colleagues or society defined it for you. Number four, how does your current life and lifestyle align with your definition? How does your current life and lifestyle align with your own definition of success? Number five, what is your biggest insight from this activity? How does it impact your view of yourself and your future? What is your biggest insight from this activity that you just embarked upon? And how does it impact your view of yourself and your future? Wow. I mean, you have some work to do before tomorrow, right? So please make sure you go through those things because we are going to be building on from day to day on some of those things that we're reading. I'll read a quote from Maya Angelou that says, success is liking who you are, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Success is liking who you are, liking what you do, and how you do it. I want you to repeat this affirmation after me. Today, I choose to reevaluate my definition of success. I understand that my goals will align with my highest priorities. I know that A fulfilling future is the result of the day to day work that creates a well lived life. I embrace this journey and the self examination that makes it possible. I believe that the clarity I'm seeking already exists within me. Say that to yourself again. I believe that the clarity I'm seeking already exists within me. My commitment to this experience would allow me to see what is waiting to be discovered. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You can take that as many times as you want. Here are the signposts for the journey. Number one, when you begin to find yourself checking out at work, at home, or with friends, it's time to check in with yourself. How many people can say it's their check in time? Number two, you can't achieve success until you define it for yourself. Number three, an exceptional life is a well examined life. Number four, your work and your worth are not the same. Your work and your worth are not the same. Number five, a successful life is nothing more than a series of successful days. Oh my God, I feel like almost saying a successful life is a scam. Just in context of what we're saying, it takes series of successful days to have a successful life. So a successful life doesn't just appear. When you have the courage to question, this is from Marie Folio, a quote from her. She says, when you have the courage to question what you're doing, and more importantly, why you're doing it, you stay on your edge of innovation, truth, and lasting fulfillment. I'll read it again. When you have the courage to question what you're doing, and more importantly, the why. Why am I doing this? You stay on your edge of innovation, truth, and lasting fulfillment. Awesome. Thank you for joining. It's day 2 of our book reading on Hot Pursuit by Melissa V. West. If you enjoyed the reading today, join us again tomorrow and invite others in on this journey. I'm sure this book will literally change our lives. So please subscribe to this channel if you are yet to do so. Help me share it. Share it, share it, share it, share it. Hit the subscribe button, share it, invite somebody, and also encourage them to also share it with people that you love. Share it with all your siblings. Share it with your colleagues at work. Share it with anybody that you love. Thank you so much for being with me on this journey. God bless you and see you tomorrow.